watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Vegito, the prince of all Saiyans. Make sure you subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and push the like button for me.
Or else you'll be Hakai.
Not Beerus.
You know how this works. Make sure you enable all notifications on the channel and watch the entire video all the way through.
And don't forget to follow UnrealEntGaming on both Instagram and Twitter.
That's enough. On with the video.
As we now begin to enter the final moments of the story of Merno, with Merno now being shown having to do everything within his own ability to see that he survives, with our heroes also doing the same thing in making sure that they put as much power as they possibly can into making sure that the Spirit Bomb is what destroys Merno once and for all. The million-dollar question going forward is, will we finally see the end of Merno in Merno having to pay for all of his actions and misdeeds done on the multiverse, or are there more unexpected events that will occur following the events of the Spirit Bomb, with Merno not having to perish but instead going along the way to surprise everyone, as of course he remains alive. Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball related, including its manga, anime, video games, fan animations, fan mangas, and more, in which would also like to be kept up to date with everything in regards to the Dragon Ball Super manga, the Dragon Ball Super anime, Dragon Ball video games, and any and all additional content within the Dragon Ball universe, then I do encourage you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to always be notified whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply excited to see what the future holds for the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and now let's dive straight into the video. As our story continues with our heroes being shown having to do everything within their ability in making sure that the multiversal Spirit Bomb had gone to consume Merno, as there now appears to be a stalemate with the Grand Priest having to look on, that's when the Grand Priest went on to say to himself, "Your resistance has gone as far as to show me how deep your hatred runs in wanting to obliterate all of creation for the sake of your own ego. He is obsessed by wanting to right the wrongs that he believes were made by the gods. Yet when staring at the face of your own annihilation, your hatred is what drives you to never break," he says. "Vados, is there anything more that we can do that will get this bomb to envelop him whole?" Whis asks. "At this rate, he will turn and use the bomb against us," with Vados responding, "It's stuck. The bomb's not budging, Whis. He's waiting for us to burn through our power so that he may throw the Spirit Bomb back at us." Hey, Kefla shouts. "He's slowly nudging the bomb our way. We're losing ground here, you guys. Quickly, exert your power," Saiyan Golden Majin Buu shouts. "He's gaining control over it," Master Ultra Instinct Jiren shouts. "We must not relinquish our positions. Hey, Saiyan, keep pushing." "He's taking control," one of the Omni Guards says. "Quickly, prepare for the worst. Defend the kings with your life and do not let that bomb reach their vicinity. I will teleport them back to the palace in case things get out of hand and we are no longer able to control the situation," the second Omni Guard says. "Stand by," as the Omni Kings themselves seem to be enjoying every second of this, as the Omni Kings went on to shout, "I've never seen anything like this before, have you? What if he sets that bomb off and it explodes?" with the second Omni King responding, "No, I've never, but this is the greatest battle that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I wonder what he will do with that Spirit Bomb now." As with Merno shown having to hold a Spirit Bomb, that's when Merno went on to shout, "So, the pack of rats have failed yet again. A valiant effort, I must add, but now this weapon is mine. I told you from the very beginning, my power is incomprehensible. No amount of energy that you collect will ever destroy what I am. And now to finish this for good, once and for all. But then, it was only as Merno was holding the spirit bomb where the Grand Priest went on to chime in, I agree. It's time that we put an end to this nightmare you've caused for good, child. As with the Grand Priest now being shown having to hover in front of Vegito, that's when he went on to continue, if your life can change just as it once changed before, then it can always be changed again for the better if allowed for it to happen. But no matter how many chances you were given, you just don't want to change. Fallen angel, your fate is inescapable. You will be eradicated from this world whether you have untold amounts of power or not. Let the weapon created through the unity of all life within the multiverse be your ultimate undoing. You were given one too many chances to see if you can truly change, he says, but you failed. You will be extremely lucky to survive this if you are able to, boy. I wanted to see if you would change, the Grand Priest says, to see if there was anything left of the goodness that I once saw within you remaining. But I now see that there is none, only darkness, he adds. Yet my foolishness is what led me to believe that there was still hope that remained. I never intended to lose you, the Grand Priest tells Merno, but was hoping you'd change. But to my great disappointment, you have not changed one bit, boy. No, Merno says, wait, hold on, what are you doing? As we only then for the first time take a look at a flashback back when Merno was actually a good angel, it was only from that point on where the Grand Priest went on to continue, I placed my trust in you only to have you turn your back on everything that I have done for you, he says. I saw greatness within you, a young, capable, and powerful angel who I sought to take my place when my day comes. Where this inexplicable evil had come from is beyond me, but only you would know, now wouldn't you, he asks. I watched you grow and trained you since birth, only to later see that you were a mere animal that just so happened to resemble an angel. Like every teacher, I wanted you to become the best, and even to one day surpass me in every field there was that I have taught you in. You were once a humble and giving angel, one without pride and envy, he says. I watched as you trained your brothers and sisters, teaching them and guiding them along the way as any big brother would in your position. But then I've watched as you murdered them in cold blood, your own siblings, only to draw me out in the process to battle. And when it came down to it, I saw the look in your eyes when you saw the Omni King for the first time. You were in disbelief that we, as superior beings as you deemed, had to bend to the will of a lesser life form due to their childish nature. But what you fail to understand is that you can't replace God, Merno. You cannot replace those who have already existed long before you. And so I watched as this evil festered inside of you, disgusted by the thought of having to obey such a being, thinking that you knew it all and believed that you could do better, he says, even though you know that it was within your best interest to do what you were told. You sought out the book of life and wanted to rewrite history to your liking. That is not how this goes, Merno. Your fate has been decided. Let the power of those whom you hate so much be what destroys you for good. So whereas the Grand Priest was then shown having to use enough force and now resulting in the Genkidama having to consume Merno, it was only during that moment where Merno had attempted in doing everything he could to stop this, as Merno went on to shout, No! I am the one above all, not you! Not them! I won't let it! No! We stand united, the Grand Priest tells him. United as one. As with Merno now shown having to lose complete control of the advantage that he once had, it was only then right then and there where the Grand Priest had gone in pushing the spirit bomb directly into Merno, with Merno from that point being shown having to be swallowed whole by the multiversal spirit bomb. It was during that point in time where the spirit bomb had gone in pushing Merno back so much so that everything that resided within the universe itself was on the brink of destruction. As even the Omni Kings themselves could not believe this, that's when the Omni Kings went on to shout, Wow, Wow, it got him! Merno's been overtaken by the Multiversal Spirit Bomb, oh my goodness! I know, says the second Omni King, but the light is so bright. Will the bomb explode? I think it's about to explode. Everything is shaking. In which, as the gigantic Spirit Bomb was shown having to make its way deeper into outer space, in obliterating every single star that it came across, that's when Beerus went on to shout, "My universe! The bomb is going to destroy us all! It's so strong," Vegito shouts. "I can't see a thing. Everyone, brace yourselves!" Margarita, Whis, quickly, Vados shouts. "Our barriers must shield us from the impact." "Look at that thing go," Kefla chimes in. "It's shredding everything in its path." But then, to reassure that the multiverse along with our heroes are not destroyed, the Grand Priest went on to create a barrier and chiming in by responding, "I will protect you all. Stay within the walls of my shield and brace yourselves," he says. As it was only right then and there during that moment where the Multiversal Spirit Bomb had gone in igniting itself deep within outer space, in going as far as to create such a powerful and gigantic explosion that if it were not for the Grand Priest, everything would have been destroyed. As the Grand Priest went on to continue, "I use the portion of my power to seal each universe. The explosion of this attack will not destroy it. However, mostly all within it may perish. These acts may be restored and repaired. Merno's actions will be reversed soon," he says. To whereas we finally then see how the Spirit Bomb had gone off in destroying everything in sight, with everything now slowly having to settle on in, that's when Kefla went on to ask, Are we dead? Holy crap, that was terrifying. Gosh, look at it all. There's nothing out there but dust and rocks. With Android 35 chiming in, "There was no way that without the Grand Priest's barrier could we have survived something like that on our own." "Pay attention," Beerus says. "Is he gone? Was he destroyed? I'm not reading his energy," with Vegito responding, "I'm not sure either, but I don't sense his life energy anywhere." "We watched him take the hit head on," Vados says. "Anyone sense him anywhere?" with Whis responding, "I don't. And I don't think he was able to escape on time either." "What say you, Grand Minister?" Margarita asks, with the Grand Priest responding, "From what I saw, he was trapped and unable to get out of the way of that attack when it made contact with his body. However, as I scan the multiverse, I am unable to pick up his life energy from either of them." "Omni Guards, are the Kings safe?" the Grand Priest asks. "Are they alright?" with the Omni Guards responding, "They are both safe and protected, Grand Minister. Our barrier was able to hold and there was no harm done onto them." "Good," Whis says. "The power of that Spirit Bomb would have leveled everything, including us, if we didn't take measures to protect ourselves." "Give it a few minutes so we can truly be sure," the Grand Priest says. "The end result left no stone unturned, and his energy has completely disappeared." "How fitting," the Grand Priest says. "A black hole, a symbol of everything you were deep down at your very core. If this is truly the end, then we will begin the process of rebuilding all of the damages that were made since his arrival. You brought this onto yourself through your own actions, Merno." As the Omni Kings are yet still excited as they also went on to chime in, "You weren't lying when you said this was going to be the greatest battle, Grand Priest. Look at that giant black hole over there. What an explosion," says the second Omni King. "That was one of the biggest explosions that I've ever seen." "So what do you think?" Kefla asks. "There's nothing out there. Do you think that did it? Do you think that finally did him in for good?" with Jiren responding, "If his essence and energy cannot be felt, then this could truly be it," he says. "I don't see how anyone could have survived something like that, so I don't think he made it." "Then I don't think we are needed," the Grand Priest says. "All appears quiet." "Then so be it," he says. "Come, you can all rest here for the moment," he says. "You may all take the time that you need to heal and catch your breath. Angels, if you may, heal everyone if you are able to, and take this moment to let loose." "Gah, it's about time," Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegito says. "That bastard was stronger than I ever imagined him being. He took everything out of us and then some. He almost reversed it. Oh, thank goodness it's over and he's gone." "Good riddance," Beerus shouts. "It's about time he died. That freak almost threw that bomb right back at us," with Android 35 responding, "What a struggle. That was close." As even then with the Omni Kings still shown having to be excited, that's when they both went on to shout, "That was the greatest thing I have ever seen. Oh, that was so much fun. He's gone. The Spirit Bomb destroyed him. I don't think anything will ever top that," says the second Omni King. "Everything went boom. Oh, that was the most exciting thing ever. What a battle. This was so amazing." As the Grand Priest appeared to be staring deep into outer space, it was only from that point on where Whis went on to approach the Grand Priest Priest by telling him, "Thank you for all that you have done for us, Grand Minister. There is no telling what would have happened if you haven't helped us." As with the Grand Priest remaining eerily quiet, that's when Whis went on to ask, "Is everything alright with you, Grand Minister? You look a bit disturbed. Is there anything that may be troubling you during this time?" With the Grand Priest responding, "It's not over, Whis. I sense him now." As to the horrifying shock of everybody there, a voice then went on to shout, "You disgusting slaves! How dare you? Did you truly think I'd die?" As lo and behold, up above them, we then see how a portal had then began to open up, with the silhouette of Merno being shown in the background. That's when he went on to continue, "I am not done with you. I am Merno, the strongest and mightiest life form to ever exist. I am the ruler of all things, the supreme god of gods." In which, as Merno was then shown having to step on through and looking incredibly battle damaged, it only now appears as though Merno is in a severely weakened state, as he then went on to continue, "And I live you. You hurt me. You nearly killed me. You and your collective weapon. But now what will you do? Now where will you run? You, all of you, will pay dearly for what you did to me. Especially you, Grand Priest. If that was your all, now you are left with nothing. And since you are left with nothing, as damaged as I am, now it's time for me to pay you back for what you just did to me." As with tension now at an absolute high, it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of Merno vs. the Multiverse manga chapter number 37 semi-finale special then comes to a close. Now this is it, the final manga chapter in the story of Merno is now coming, as this will be it. This next manga chapter is going to determine whether or not Merno actually wins or if Merno dies for good, which is bound to be our longest manga chapter to date, as we are currently working on that right now, in which, similar to the incident with Frieza on planet Namek during the events of the Frieza saga in Dragon Ball Z, Merno had indeed survived, as his body was strong enough in taking such an explosion head on, which now ultimately begs the question, what exactly is going to happen next? Are we bound to be in for a bloodbath with Merno finally getting one up on them, or are we bound to see another major shocking twist occur to where Merno finally meets his end for good? Everything now culminates here. The answers to the questions that we've been asking will in fact be answered, and new revelations will be revealed to close out the story of Merno for good, as I do want you all to come together right now in meeting our final light goal for the Merno story, to which might be our biggest light goal to date. So I do encourage you guys all to come together right now and help us meet our light goal, to which our light goal right now is going to be 30,000 likes. So all you guys really have to do is scroll on down below and smash that thumbs up button right now by giving this video a big fat like if you're simply ready to see how all of this is going to end. And I promise you guys this right now, it will end. This is it, this is over, and I can't wait to show you guys how it all comes together. So again, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for being here. Be sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button if you guys are new, on top of enabling all notifications. That way you guys never miss a single video posted onto the channel. Tune back in for more. Thank you all so much. It's been an amazing ride, but there's plenty of more where that came from once this story comes to a close. So again, thank you all so much. I can't wait to see you all for the finale, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, guys, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.